All right, welcome back to the post game. Looking ahead of these rookie quarterbacks in the NFL coming out of college. I mean, we got the likes of Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, Anthony Richardson, and Will Levis. I mean, to name a few of the seven, I guess. We got Max Duggan as well, and we got Stetson Bennett, who's at the Rams, and then Hayden Hooker, who's in the Lions. I'm not going to talk about those guys as much, but I'm more talk about these four guys on the screen right there. Starting off with Bryce Young, being from the Carolinas, being a Saints fan personally, I have to listen a lot to Carolina fans talk about their future and their potential and their quarterbacks. And so I have I mean, looking at this and I'm thinking about the expectations that I think these guys will do. The expectations that I think, starting with Bryce Young. Listen, coming out of college, he was hands down, without question, the best, the smartest, the most mature quarterback in this class. Plain and simple. I think his talent is not a question. I think his play is not a question. I think his leadership is not a question. The only question there is he durable? Will his height matter? Can he last in the National Football League? And that's the only question marks around him. Is will all these things matter at the end of the day? Um, because for one, he's great, and we know that. But can he last in the NFL? And personally, I think he can. Like I think we've seen guys come into this league at he might be one of the shortest, but comes into this league at his height ish, give or take. Like Drew Brees, like Kyler Murray, like I don't know. Those are the two that come to my mind. Like Russell Wilson. Like you see those guys, and granted they might be they're 6 feet, but they come into the league and they have Hall of Fame careers. Um, Kyler Murray has led his team to a 10-6 season. Drew Brees has led his team to a championship. He's arguably one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Definitely top five quarterbacks of all time. Russell Wilson he's shown you what he can be when he's in a good situation, when he's good. I think Carolina has put Bryce Young in a good situation. I think this isn't their season necessarily to be to flourish, to be great. I think next year that's what you'll have to. I think the next year, the next 2 or 3 years, you will see Carolina make a big jump in the competitive department. And so I think when it comes to all of that, and it comes to um, him, I think he'll be fine. I think he'll last in this league for a long time. I think he'll be very good and efficient, effective at the quarterback position for the Carolina Panthers. Moving on to C.J. Stroud. Listen, I think coming out of college, he, I mean, he played for Ohio State. Some of the best quarterbacks to play college football go to or not quarterbacks. Well, quarterbacks as well, but receivers go to Ohio State. Um, I think he has shown you everything that he can be. I think he has reached the peak and pinnacle of where his potential is. It's just a matter if he can consistently continue to play the way he's playing. Can he translate that into the NFL caliber? Can he translate that, and can he be the smart, talented arms? And he uses leg. Like, can he use? Can he use his legs? Can he be a talented arm, like throw of the ball? Can he be accurate? Can all these things happen um, um, in the National Football League? And I think, don't get me wrong, I think he can be really good, but I think um, out of everybody on this list, he's already reached his potential. And granted, I haven't talked about Will Levis yet, but we'll get to him in a second. But I think in Houston, they have a really good head coach. Getting that guy from the 49ers, I think he can really lead that team pretty far. Not this season. I mean, I don't think they have a team to really compete, but I definitely think they have a team that will get them at least 6 or 7 wins, which to me I think is a win for them. 7, 8 win. I mean, in the AFC is hard. It's a very hard conference. And that division is not that good. I mean, you get Tennessee, who are probably going to stink it up realistically. We have, man, who else is in that division? Yeah, Houston, Tennessee. Um, wow, I don't know. Let me take a quick look. AFC South. I mean, yes, you have the Colts who will be you'll figure it out, and then you have Jacksonville who will probably win that division handsomely. So I mean, they can have they it's potential for Houston to be a 2 or 3 in that division because the, 2 and 3 aren't that good. And so yeah, I feel like Houston can do something. Can CJ lead them there? That's completely up to him if he possesses that quality, and I hope he does. I really hope he can lead that team to a relatively decent and far place in college in that division because, granted, they are still in the early parts of their rebuild. I think C.J. Stroud and Will Anderson were 1 and 2 of some of the best things that we've seen in the draft in a long time, and so yeah, I'm excited to see where that goes, and I'm excited to see where that team can go to this season. To me personally, they're my sleeper teams for this upcoming season, and so competitively wise, not like playoff run wise. But yeah, moving on to Anthony Richardson, the guy with the most potential on this list, the guy with the potentially the highest ceiling, the biggest question mark on this whole roster of 4 guys that we are looking at. And so Anthony Richardson, big arm, can use his legs, can develop. I think we know that he can develop, and we can watch him develop if the Colts do it the right way. Um, can be a very polarizing player, could be one of the top mobile quarterbacks in the league. Um, like the whole thing about Anthony Richardson is there's a whole lot of can be, there's a whole lot of potentials there, and you never know what happens there. You never know if he will take that step and be a lead quarterback and a leader for the Colts. I mean, you never know. And so I think this whole Jonathan Taylor situation has really put a pause on what they're gonna do and what they're gonna look like. So I definitely think he will if he has Jonathan Taylor, it will take some pressure off of him because of a really good running back. Um, but if there's no Jonathan Taylor, then it'll be a little bit harder for him to figure out. It'll be a little bit harder for them um, to scheme and work things out. But he has the most potential. He has the brightest future, um, and hopefully he can develop really well under that system that they have going in Indianapolis. Lastly, we are talking about Will Levis. Will he start? Words coming out that he hasn't had the best camp, and that he isn't even looking better than Will Levis. Not Will Levis. Then what's the kid's name? Willis. Kid who went to Liberty last year. I don't remember his name. They not words. Malik Willis. Words coming out. He's not even looking better than Malik Willis. Tannehill probably easily has the job, just because he knows what to do and he's a game manager at heart, and it's potential for him to he can keep it. But will Levis even play? Will he even start? That's the question. Like that's the biggest overarching thing is that like will he see the field this year? How bad will the quarterback position and the quarterback play be in Tennessee? And how long will it last there? Um, I didn't hate the pick from Tennessee. There was nothing too bad to cry about. I mean, as the first pick of the second day of the draft, I didn't hate it. But I don't know. We'll see what happens there. I'm gonna talk about Hayden Hooker a little bit. I think Hayden Hooker can be potentially a good backup. I haven't heard much about him this camp, training camp. I haven't heard anything about him actually. I know they just went and picked up Teddy Bridgewater. The Lions did went and picked up Teddy Bridgewater yesterday. So maybe Hayden Hooker isn't holding up to the standards. Maybe they can just maybe they're just bringing him in to help Hooker develop into the future. You never know. Stetson Bennett as well. I've heard good things about him come out of camp. I mean, listen, the only downfall for Stetson Bennett is that he's old, as a rookie. He's 26, I think he is. And I mean, listen, to each his own. If he plays the quarterback position really well, then whatever. Kurt Warner was old when he started playing in the National Football League. So who cares? But yeah, I mean, I'm excited about the upcoming NFL season. I'm excited about these guys to get their opportunity to play in National Football League. Let me know how you guys feel about these guys, your expectations of these rookie quarterbacks. And yeah, yeah. I've been your host, Davion. Peace.